What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined by my always dancing co-hosts, John, Luke, and Josh. What's up, guys?
Hello.
I'm not always dancing. I'm dancing today.
Sometimes.
Most days.
Tuesdays.
But I'm dancing. Let's go.
When you're not dancing physically, you're dancing in your heart, Josh. I always see that dance in your heart. That's just how you communicate. I just have to. One time I got in an Uber and they had 12 different languages listed as languages they spoke. So I was wildly interested to get in the car and meet this person. I asked them about it and they're like, oh, well, I'm a professional dancer, so I can communicate to anybody that speaks any language through dance. And then we didn't talk the rest of the car ride.
Good call, Simon.
That conversation.
Good call, Simon.
So, Josh, you can speak every language in the world with your dance. Guys, also joining us today, he is fluent in dance as well, if I remember correctly. We've got Dave Fantasy with us. For those of you that do not know Dave, he's a columnist, ranker, analyst, and producer over at IBT Media, and we are thrilled to have you on today, my man.
Well, it's exciting to be here, man. I wanted to play Fantasy Jeopardy for a while, so to get the chance.
I don't know why.
Basically, this is my dream come true. This is basically
We're going to take you down. We're going to take you down. Not going to go easy on you. I need a win, Dave. I need a win. I've been cold. Lately.
You've been very cold. You've been frozen.
This could be your lucky day. I'm prepared to be embarrassed.
Sweet. Guys, we brought Dave here to play Fantasy Jeopardy like he mentioned. But before we do that, a couple reminders. Number one, if you're not already following our friend Dave on Twitter, go and do that right this instant. He's over on Twitter at Dave Fantasy. It's right there below his beautifully bearded face. So make sure you guys go over there and follow him. After you do that, if you're watching the show, that means you're most likely already on our YouTube channel. Hit that like button on this video and make sure you subscribe to Front Yard Fantasy. It's the easiest way to show your support and make sure you don't miss any of these streams. We've got some people in the chat ready for Jeopardy today as well.
Chat.
And Craig said, I'm afraid, Dave. Dave, my mind is going. I can feel it. I can feel it.
Dave.
My mind is going. There is no question about it. Dave, did you star in 2001: A Space Odyssey? Is that why he put this in there? Were you actually the Dave from the movie?
Guilty.
We knew it. Craig found you out.
Old movie.
Mr. Scampers, what's up? Welcome in. Glad to have you here. And we got Maria in here as well. She said, is having a 3 p.m. show start at 3 p.m. too much to ask for?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so much to ask for. That's ridiculous. And Mr. Scamper says, is there a backstory to the 3-minute delay? Oh, yeah, it was insane. JL, you wanna tell him about it?
Yeah, I was 3 minutes close to being here on time, but I stubbed my toe and the toenail that chipped off hit me directly in the eyelid. I had
the fact that he's here streaming and he can't see out of his right eye.
I can't see. I'm
ridiculous.
Completely blind out of my right eye.
He's only going to be able to read every other letter in a word because that's how eyes work. One sees half.
So I'm actually they're gonna start me out with 2,000 points just to compensate for this. Yeah.
And he still has an excuse when he loses.
Yeah, exactly.
This is like his Michael Jordan flu game. You remember that one?
Exactly.
This is
he's not going to win it. He's not going to win it.
But he showed up and he's going to be, he's going to perform.
He'll try his best, but
I'll be here.
Albert, what's up? Welcome in. Glad to have you here. And Dave in here saying, sorry, Simon, I'm Team Dave today. He has abandoned Team Simon. But luckily, I'm hosting today, so you don't even have to abandon me, Dave. You can cheer for Dave with no guilt in your heart and without hurting my feelings as well.
You got to understand how big of a compliment this is to you. Like, Toronto Dave comes in like every day. It's just like Simon all day, Simon all day. So he must really like you.
Dave sticking together. And we got
Dave's got to get together.
Not quite Dave. One letter different. We got Dame in the chat. What's up, Dame? Welcome in. Glad to have you here. And Jordan says, I'm Team JL forever. And Jay says, Dave gives great hugs. Is this true?
Jordan is 7% of the chat right now. Dave is 71% of the chat. Josh is 21%.
Oh, Josh is 21%. JL at 7%. It's that only being able to see out of one eye that is hurting you.
I know. My odds are really going down.
Guys, like I mentioned, we are playing Fantasy Football Jeopardy today. I'm going to go ahead and pull this board up, explain how this game works, explain the categories, and then we will get started. The game we're playing today, Jeopardy, is a lot like the TV show Jeopardy, but with an NFL or fantasy twist. Instead of answering general knowledge questions, most of these questions are going to be about the NFL or fantasy, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 categories or 1.5 categories. So you guys will take turns picking a question. When it is your turn, you tell me the category and value that you would like to answer from. If you get it right, you are going to add that money to your score. If you get it wrong, we're not subtracting anything. Positives only for the majority of the game. After that, if you get your question right, this is where the other change comes in compared to normal Jeopardy. You're going to get to pick the category for the contestant that goes after you. So Dave, you're going to be up first. If you get your first question right, which you get to pick out of any of them on here, you'll get to tell JL what category he has to answer a question from next. He'll still get to pick his values, but you guys get to send people to a category. We'll play like this until we run out of time or run out of questions, at which point we will go to our final Jeopardy question. This is the only question in the game where you can lose money. I'm going to be asking you for a wager between 0 and the total amount you have earned throughout the game. If you get the question right, you will add that money to your score. If you get the question wrong, it will be subtracted. Then our contestant with the most money at the end of that final Jeopardy question will be our champion for today. You guys ready?
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Dave saying grab bag 5 straight. Let's go. I'm ready to rock. He wants all the grab bags. Scott said, I just ate the worst Philly cheesesteak ever. I finished it, but I did not like it. Every bite was less.
God.
Well, you finished it? I'm proud of you, Scott. Good job, Scott.
That is
you finished it.
Your body's not going to be happy with that later.
On that note, with Scott Fishing here, I feel like this is the time to make the announcement, guys.
Yeah.
Today on stream, we will be giving away a Scott Fishbowl 12 spot. So if you do not have one yet, if you want to get into the Scott Fishbowl, this is your chance. Here's all we're going to ask you to do. Impress us.
That's it.
Make
Simple
it
as
funny.
that.
Be really good at
Simple as
trivia. Be witty. Be a good sport. Be kind. There's no further criteria. Just something where we go, that was really funny, or whoa, they've been really smart in the chat. And then one other
twist. It might also
twist.
help that you let us know that you're looking for a Scott Fishbowl spot. I'm just wondering, because just in case maybe you already have one and you're very impressive, just let us know.
Let us know. And then the last wrinkle to this is whoever wins our game of Jeopardy today is going to be the one who decides who gets the spot from the chat. So Dave, JL, or Josh will be handing this spot out today. I guess if there's a 3-way tie, I'll do it. But that is the only way I will be deciding. Otherwise, you guys are deciding. Sorry, you guys ready to get started?
Yep.
I'm so ready.
And Craig wants to know, are we giving away JL's spot? Yes, that is the spot that's being given away.
100%. That's
Scott said JL can no longer play, but you guys can give his spot away if you want.
Yep.
Who lost
Guys,
that one day?
it hurt.
I did. Did I lose that one day? I was supposed to lose mine.
You did.
think so.
But then I think Joey got an extra one and gave it to you, is what happened.
Oh, right. Cool.
Guys, we have 5 categories of questions today, 5 different categories. I'm going to run through these so you guys know what to expect-ish. So close Steelers is going to be about Steelers, the Steelers and players that got really close to doing something great or reaching a milestone, but just couldn't quite get there. 2 truths and a lie. I'm going to give you 3 statements related to NFL or fantasy. 2 of them are going to be true. 1 of them is going to be a lie. You tell me which one is the lie. Grab bag. This could be literally anything. Anything. There's nothing that's off limits in this category. Never have I ever. I'm going to give you a statement like, never have I ever won a Super Bowl. Okay, so that could be in there. I will list players. You tell me the player that has never done the thing listed. The one that would win that round of never have I ever if they were playing it. So you just tell me the player that has never done the thing listed. And then we've got where in the world is Carson Wentz? And that's our last category. And that's all I'm going to explain about that one. Dave, you've got free reign of the board to start. You can choose any category, any value. Where do you want to start?
Well, it's too early to get depressed by Steelers that didn't quite reach, milestones and stuff. So
that is a sad category.
I'm curious to start with where in the world is Carson Wentz? And
I want to know what this category is like.
Simon's being very mysterious about it.
Thank you, Dave, for doing this category.
Yeah. Let me go for the 300 question. I'll go right
300.
Okay.
Where in the world is Carson Wentz? I just need you to tell me either the city or the name of the landmark where he is. Either will be fine.
I think I've got this one. He's in St. Louis.
Let's final answer.
Yes.
Carson Wentz is in St. Louis, Missouri at the Gateway Arch. I can't believe he made it all over there. You're going to get 300 points for knowing where in the world Carson Wentz is, Dave.
That looks real.
Wearing his Washington Commanders uniform.
And his helmet on top. It looks like a practice uniform, too.
All right, this category is fun. All right, I get it.
Dave, you get to pick JL's next category. Where do you want to send him?
Ooh, let's make JL do the grab bag.
Great. I'll do grab bag for 200.
200 in grab bag. What is the NATO phonetic alphabet code for E? Is it Echo, Elvis, Eagle, or Einstein?
Echo.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Echo is absolutely correct, JL. Getting you $200.
Elvis. Can you imagine?
All right, we're rolling.
Hey, you guys are on the board early, and JL,
I mean, they got like Charlie and stuff,
That's
like,
true.
Yeah.
Elvis.
Also, we got some people in the chat. Scott was saying, never have I ever for negative 500, please. He just wants to get that category. And then Dave said, better than grab bag. It's his new favorite category, the Carson Wentz down there. And he got Echo, Maria got Echo, and Mr. Scampers all got Echo.
Echo.
Like the Gorilla Zoe song, Echo. Just one of the greatest songs of our generation. JL, you get to pick Josh's next category. Where are you sending him?
Ooh, let's send Josh to So Close Steelers.
All right. That was a mistake, JL. That was a mistake.
I might have been. I don't know.
Yeah. Give me that $300
I make
one.
Mistakes.
I know you do.
This Steeler was almost one of the top 10 wide receivers drafted in the 2022 NFL draft. He was selected with the 52nd overall pick as the 11th wide receiver off the board.
Okay. I was really confused because I read top 10. And I was like, no, there's no wide receiver draft by this.
I guess it could have said 10. First.
No. It makes sense. I just read it poorly. It's George Pickens. They also drafted, I won't even get into that. George Pickens.
Final answer?
Yes.
Josh, you got that absolutely correct. Going to add 300 points, tying you with Dave. And before we move on from that one, I did want to talk about George Pickens a little bit. Dave, we'll come to you first, being the Steelers fan. Maybe you got your ear to the ground. You know the most about it, but the Steelers have a pretty good track record of drafting wide receivers. Are you excited at all for George Pickens this year or in Dynasty going forward?
I am a little bit. I don't know that he's going to be that involved this year. Just kind of, they don't traditionally put the rookie wide receivers in a spot to be really involved in the offense. Not to say it's never happened before, but most of the time, the rookies kind of slowly assimilate to the offense. But I mean, George Pickens is an athletic dude. I mean, one of the best athletes at wide receiver in this 22 draft. And so, I mean, you got to be excited about the potential and what he can do. I am a little nervous about, his temperament. I hope he doesn't get like personal misconduct penalties and stuff for hitting people or shoving somebody, because he seems to lose his cool on the field a little bit. But
Tomlin won't put up with that shit though. He'll get that taken care of quick. Josh, I know you did some deep dives into these rookie wide receivers. What do you think about George Pickens? You agree with Dave up there?
Yeah. It's the off the field issues and the injuries he's dealt with in college that would really concern me for his future production. He does have the skill set of a first round pick. He's got a lot of talent. There's no doubt about that. It's just, can he put it all together and become a good like when I was doing the videos, the TikTok videos for George Pickens, I actually almost thought about just doing like a weaknesses, like I do strengths and weaknesses for each of them, and just doing a highlight reel of him just doing really like dumb stuff on the field. Not dumb stuff, but I'll say aggressive stuff. I don't know, just being like a little bit of not a nice guy. I don't know.
He's got a hyper competitive drive, is what
he does. He does, but he does really though. He has a lot of talent. I don't expect much year one, but Deontay Johnson, I believe his contract's up after the season.
Yep.
George Pickens, if Kenny Pickett becomes a guy, like George Pickens could be a very good fantasy asset to have. So I like
Chase Claypool. I think the season after him becomes free agent.
Yeah. And a top 3 wide receiver in the league leaving that team will really open up a lot of room for George Pickens.
That's true.
I think.
That's very true.
Scott, you came in here and just used one of my questions in the chat. Never have I ever. What month is it right now? So guys, the $100 for Never Have I Ever is gone. Scott figured it out.
Dude, come on.
Gosh,
is that really the 100?
Yeah, no, it's not.
We have Tater Wolf, great name by the way. We got a Scott Fishbowl giveaway today. I signed. Yes, we do. Impress us somehow in the chat. Just say something cool. I don't know. Whoever wins this game of Jeopardy is going to get to give away the Scott Fishbowl spot.
Yeah.
What is better?
Do something
what is
for
better,
us.
JL? Do something.
Do something for us.
Yeah, just say something cool.
Say something cool.
Cool, funny. Get the answers right while you're playing along. Well, whoever wins gets to use their own criteria. So
yeah.
Pick who you think is going to win, and then try to cater your comments to them. Josh,
So-
you did just get that question right, which is a good start towards winning, which means you get to pick Dave's next category. Where are you sending Dave?
I'm just thinking about Tater Wolf's name might just set him over the edge for me, just off the bat. Just like I'm thinking about it. But so Dave, Dave.
Oh, Dave.
Dave, you seem to enjoy where in the world is Carson Wentz, and I just want you to keep enjoying that category. So keep enjoying it.
All right. Well, let's find out where Carson Wentz is. Let's do the 400.
400 for where in the world is Carson Wentz. Dave, where in the world is Carson Wentz?
Same picture of him. You couldn't even find other pictures
He's
of him.
upside
You
down.
Dale, that's his travel outfit. He
Okay,
always
all
wears
right,
it
my
when
bad.
he's traveling.
He looks good, man.
Man, he really fits in
This
that
is
crevice
called,
of those two.
Machu Picchu, right?
Final
Is that
answer?
it? Yes.
It is Machu Picchu.
Nice.
I would have gotten that
Peru.
right, and
Me
I'm
too.
shocked. I am shocked at myself. That's the first thing that came to mind. I thought I was wrong. That's awesome.
Nice job pulling that one, Dave. You got it with some
Well done.
confidence. And Mr. Scamber said Machu Picchu. So close.
Machu
with
Picchu.
Joey said Monte Picchu. So close. Jay said Machu Picchu. So close. Dustin said Macho Picchu. God, you guys are all so close
Very
on this
close.
one. Tim said
Very
Macho Pikachu.
Ooh.
You got it, Tim. Nice one.
That's
on
it.
that
That's
one.
it.
I would have
Nailed it.
allowed that.
What's up, Troy? Welcome. And he said, I heard this is where the cool kids hang
You're
out.
wrong. You heard
Sorry,
wrong.
That's the next room over.
Yeah.
You
Hit
just stopped the stream early.
Click the next video on YouTube.
And Scott said Wensu Pichu. Yep,
Wensu
100%.
Not bad.
Dave, that's going to put
Dang
you at
it.
700. You are leading the way now. What category are you sending JL to?
Well, I got to send him to one of the categories we haven't
Send me Carson
had
Wentz.
yet. So
Send me
how about
Carson Wentz.
go do 2 truths and a lie?
All right.
All right, I'll do let's do 300.
302 truths and a lie for JL. Number 1, Gabriel Davis was a 4th-round pick in the NFL draft. Number 2, David Montgomery was a 2nd-round pick in the NFL draft. Number 3, Evan Ingram was a 1st-round pick in the NFL draft. Which one of these is the lie, JL?
I'm gonna go with number 3 is a lie.
Final answer?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it was number
Damn it.
2. David Montgomery, I believe, was a 3rd-round pick, not a 2nd-round pick, JL. So unfortunately, that one is incorrect. You're not going to get any points for that. And Josh is going to get to pick his
I get to
own
pick my own
question and category.
Let's go. I kind of like that 2 truths and a lie category. I want the $400 one.
Okay, before you do that, though, I wanted to shout out some of the chat. Dustin said
Yeah,
2,
hit us.
got that one right. Jordan
Let's
as
go.
well.
Let's go.
And Toronto Dave got that one as well.
Nice.
Mr. Scampers, Tater Wolf, close on that one, but Tater Wolf was in line with you, JL. And then Mr. Scampers said, my answer was a lie.
And
Yeah.
then Scott said Gabe Davis was the 5th, right? I was actually between that. I was like, was Gabe Davis a 5th or was David Montgomery
Oh
a
my
3rd?
God.
And I couldn't think of it. And I was like,
Shady.
He was round 4, pick 128. I was just confirming, double checking,
Yeah.
but that is correct.
Take
Guys,
conversation.
for everybody, if you just
Conference-
jumped in and joined us,
conference info.
I'm going to remind everyone how we're giving away the Scott
Compensatory.
Fishbowl spot. The winner of our game today is going to get to give the spot out to one person in the chat of their choosing. So you just got to impress them. Maybe they're impressed by getting all the trivia right. Maybe they're impressed by playing, even though you get them all wrong. Maybe they're impressed by something funny. So just hang out in the chat, hang out with us, and someone's going to get that spot at the end. Josh, you said
can
2
I
truths and a lie
interrupt?
for 400, right?
Uneasy eyes. Sorry to interrupt Jeopardy, but I just traded Debo and James Cook for Najee in a 10-man Superflex PPR league. How did I do? Maybe I'm not the best person to ask. I'm a little bit lower on Najee, but I'm also kind of low on Debo when it comes down to it. I think his injury risk is absolutely terrifying. I think this is an extremely fair trade. I think Najee and Debo could be a straight up trade though when it comes down to it. So it's a 10-man PPR league, so those top tier assets are all the more important, especially running backs. So I think it's a very fair trade. It's a very fair trade. Very fair. Anyone else?
I like it. As long as you're safe at the wide receiver position, I think you're heavily upgrading at the running back position from Cook to Najee. I think this is totally fair. And I'd probably take the Najee side depending on my team construction. Dave, what do you think?
That's basically what I was going to say. I mean, I'd rather have Najee, assuming that I'm a competitive team this year and I'm not in a full rebuild mode. Well, I mean, either way, actually. And Najee's super young, so I don't know. I think I like the Najee side.
Yeah. We got Simon Sugarman in the chat saying JL for the win.
Let's go.
Comeback City.
All right. Hey, write that guy's name down, JL. You might...
Oh, it's written down in my heart.
Okay. Josh, you selected two truths and a lie for 400, right? Here's your question. Number 1, Matthew Stafford threw more interceptions than Matt Ryan threw touchdowns in 2021. Alvin Kamara had more rushing attempts than Austin Eckler in 2021. DJ Moore had more receptions in 2021 than Elijah Moore and Odell Beckham Jr. combined. And whenever I say in 2021, we're talking regular season, just to be fully clear.
Miguel chat. The first one's absolutely correct. Matthew Stafford threw some of the most interceptions in the league. I'm almost 100% sure that one's true. Alvin Kamara had more rushing attempts than Austin Eckler. I'm immediately questioning that. I mean, Alvin Kamara is just not known as a high rushing attempt guy. I know he got a lot, even though he missed a couple games. And I think that's going to be the key there, why I'm leaving number 2. He missed a couple games. DJ Moore had more receptions in 2021 than Elijah Moore and Odell Beckham combined. Elijah Moore and Odell Beckham combined probably played about 17 games. So DJ Moore, who played 17 games himself, probably did have more receptions than both of them combined. I'm going to go with number 2. I think number 2 is the lie.
Final answer?
Yes.
You got lots of people in the chat agreeing with you on this one. Dave agreeing with you, Mr. Scampers, Tater Wolf, Albert, and Jay. But we got some 3s and 1s in there as well. So all the answers have been selected. Josh, the correct answer is number 1. Matthew Stafford threw 17 interceptions and Matt Ryan threw 20 touchdowns. So Matt Ryan threw more touchdowns than Matthew Stafford threw interceptions. Kamara did have more rushing attempts than Eckler, and DJ Moore did have more receptions than those 2 players combined.
Man,
that's what I was going with.
Just don't lie to me anymore, Simon. Why are you just lying like that?
I'm telling you the truth most of the time.
Threw more.
Called 3 truths.
That's a shame.
Name your category 3 truths.
That's a shame. All right, that's fair. That's fair.
Dustin in the chat getting that one right.
Dustin. That's
Calvin
impressive.
And Jordan.
Write these names down, everyone.
Nice job, Jordan, Calvin, and Dustin. Absolutely nailed that one. And we're going to move on to our next question. Dave, Josh got that one wrong. So you've got the lead and free reign of the board.
All right. Well, this time I want to do the last category we haven't started. So why don't I go to Never Have I Ever for 300? Yeah.
300. Never have I ever been a top 10 PPR running back. Antonio Gibson, Carlos Hyde, Melvin Gordon, Chris Carson. One of these guys has never been a top 10 PPR running back.
Wow. See, I would have guessed all 4 from Todd.
Okay.
No.
What's it going to be, Dave?
Carlos Hyde. That's my guess.
Final answer?
Carlos Hyde. Yes.
I'm sorry. The correct answer is Chris Carson. Chris Carson has never been a top 10 PPR running back.
I don't know if Chris Carson's played enough games to be a top 10 running back. That's the thing.
He's had a couple seasons with over 1,500 yards that put together, but those were really good running back seasons. He finished outside the top 10. He's the only one who's never done it.
There was that one season with the 49ers. Carlos Hyde just was awesome.
That's exactly when it was, Josh. He has one. He's got one. And Gibson did it this year. He was PPR running back 10, if I remember correctly. So, JL, you've got free reign of the board here. Dave's giving you guys a chance to catch up. It was nice of him.
All right. I want to go to where in the world's Carson Wentz 500?
Where in the world is Carson Wentz for 500? Joe, where in the world is Carson Wentz?
What's that called?
You can give me the city or the name of the landmark.
I know the country.
Rio de Janeiro, right?
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is Christ the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, JL. So you are going to get 500 points for getting that one correct, tying you with Dave for the lead. And you get to pick Josh's next category. Before you do that, though, we had some questions in here. We've got a friend in here that said, would you trade Patrick Mahomes for Mac Jones and 3 first-round picks? 12-man Superflex league we just started. He also has Aaron Rodgers, Davis Mills, and Baker Mayfield.
23, 24, 25.
It's 23, 24, 25 is rough. If they were all 23s, I would do it.
Oh, that would be sick if it was all 23s.
It's a smash if it's all 23s. It's not even a question. You're taking
12-man
first round
Superflex.
23. The value's worth it. Mac Jones is worth at least a first round pick himself in a Superflex league, in my opinion. Maybe some people wouldn't say that for 2023. That's fair. 3 first round picks on top of Mac Jones. The value's there. I hate giving up Patrick Mahomes, but they are paying up to get Patrick Mahomes. The value's there. I don't know if I could pull the trigger, but
oh god, that is a tough question.
I am right there with you, Josh. The value's there, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it with the first being 2 and 3 years out. I'm just not doing it.
Not with Davis Mills as your second QB. I'm not doing it either.
Well, Mac Jones would become the second QB, right?
I guess, yeah. But even so, Mac Jones, not that great for fantasy.
And our friend Blump said we all feel the same. Love the value, but can't do it. It makes sense, but you just can't do it.
It's a tough question, but no, I'm keeping.
You're getting I'm not going to say 4 quarters for $1 kind of deal, but it's almost that. But you're getting you're getting
5 quarters
4
for
30 cent pieces.
It feels like taking the lifetime payments if you win the lottery instead of just taking the lump sum. Maybe the value's not on the lump sum side, but you get it all right now and you can use it immediately. But if you're getting
you might be dead in 2 years. So
there you go.
Might even not
the
even
whole
get
world
to use all
might
those
end.
first.
JL, you got that one right. So
you're setting your team up for future success if you do make that trade, though. But it's
if you're rebuilding
immediately,
sure.
Yeah,
go for
it. You want to rebuild it, but it's not for Mahomes.
I know that sucks. That's the shitty part about it.
If you have Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers in a dynasty Superflex league, you're hardly rebuilding. I don't even care what the rest of your roster looks like.
That's probably true. All right, I got to pick my category, or
Josh's category.
I got it right. I got to pick Josh's category. Let's send Josh to grab bag.
Let's go. Love it. 300
in grab bag. How many pints are in a gallon? 4, 8, 12, or 16?
Look, Dave knows. Dave's a container guy. I can tell.
Big milk guy.
Big.
What's it, 8 ounces in a pint or something like that?
That's not what pints in a gallon is what you're trying to figure out, Josh.
Yeah, but he knows how many fluid ounces are in a gallon. He's just trying to work backwards. That would be incredible if you knew that number.
Yeah, it's 128.4. I just made that up.
Of course.
Someone's about to type it in. I don't know. I'm buying time. I'm out of the chat. How many pints are in a gallon? A pint's pretty big. My gut's telling me 8, but it might be 12.
Could be 4.
It could be 16.
Could be 16. Damn it.
What's it going to be, Josh?
Between 12 and 8. Pints in a gallon. So wait. There. Okay. 4 liters. 4 pints. I'm gonna go with 12.
Final answer?
Yeah, I don't feel great about it, but
the correct answer is 8.
No.
Josh. It was the 2 numbers you were going back and forth between. There are 8 pints in a gallon, and a lot of the chat was in on that one. Dustin, Willis, Tater, John. What's up, John, as well? Welcome in, Willis. Josh also said 8. Nice job on that 1.
8.
Enjoy.
You said there was 128 ounces in a gallon, and you said you were just making that up. That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's great.
That's pretty awesome.
That's great.
Honestly, I did have a picture. I buy gallons of milk a lot, and I did have a picture of 120, right around that on a gallon. But
it's like urinals taught me that there's 3.8 liters in a gallon. There's 1 gallon per flush or 3.8 liters per flush, and that's why I know that conversion. Yeah. Dave, it is your turn, and you've got free reign of the board. Where do you want to go?
Okay, well, I want to go to the So Close Steelers category now for the first time, and I'm going to go for the big one for 500.
500 and So Close Steelers. This former Steeler who played from 1998 to 2011 almost cracked the top 25 for all-time receiving yards, coming in at number 27 overall with 12,083 career receiving yards.
I dare you not to get this one, Dave.
I think that's Hines Ward.
Final answer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Smiles himself.
Hines Ward. Dave, you got that one absolutely correct. Hines Ward.
As a Ravens fan, his smile is burned into my brain. I think he's a cool dude. I hate him though.
The chat was all over this one. Jordan got it. Albert got it. Scott, Tater, Calvin, Willis as well, Josh, and Mr. Scammers with Batman. So close. Joey, Darian, and Dustin all getting that one right as well. Yeah. I guess that one was easier than I thought it was. I have a big weakness with all-time anything. But you got it. 1,200, Dave. That's going to put you in the lead, and you get to pick JL's category.
Where are we going, Dave?
Ooh, JL is going to Never Have I Ever.
Never Have I Ever. Sweet. Let's go for 200.
200 and Never Have I Ever. Never have I ever caught 15 or more touchdowns in a single season. Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, or Julio Jones? Who's never done this?
Julio Jones.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is absolutely correct. His highest season is 10. That is nowhere near 15. You got that one right, JL. Going to add 200 to your score, inching you closer to Dave up there. Before we move on, though, let me open that one back up. Was that the 300 or the 200? 200. You guys, Julio Jones has been a guy when I get near the end of best ball drafts that becomes appealing to me to draft, someone that I pull the trigger on. Do you have any interest in Julio Jones for fantasy this season? Josh, we'll start with you.
It would be really nice if he was on a team.
Yeah.
I might be able to logically break that down and it would make more sense. But it's kind of almost impossible to think about him going through the season not being on a team at some point. Maybe he's waiting for the right moment. Maybe he's waiting for a training camp injury so he finds himself in the right situation. Or maybe he's just waiting for that big payday that obviously no one wants to give him at this point. So I don't know what he's waiting for. I would like to see him on a team. But right now, I'm not buying in. Like, what if he is on... What if he signs with the Ravens, though? You know, he's not going to be a fantasy stud on the Ravens. He'll be useful for the Ravens, very useful. But the Ravens need wide receivers. And what if that's the case? Then
if he is on the Ravens, though, he's still returning value on his draft cost currently. Like, even if he gets put into like the worst situation,
he'll be getting drafted higher as soon as he signs with a team.
But right now where you're drafting him, as long as he signs with a team, he's going to return value. And that's kind of why I'm picking him up. It's a little bit of maybe a low up. It's like one of those like $2 scratch offs. It's not a full lottery ticket. I can only win up to like 10K, but I'll take that shot of that 10K.
Yeah.
And Dustin said Julio Jones in for a contract.
And real fast, like just before last year, like he was injured a lot last year and he was decent when he was on the field. But before that, he was still the Julio Jones we all know and love. So it's just literally a year removed and we had an injury riddled season. So if he finds himself in a good situation, he could be great.
Scott said Julio Jones' best attribute this year could be stopping people from overdrafting Lazard. I'm people. I love overdrafting Lazard. JL got that one correct. And then Dip said, I'm out of here. But JL, you get to pick Josh's next category after getting that one right.
Hi, JL. How's it going?
Hi, Josh. Hi, buddy. Jordan, that's not the right comment. Jordan said something up here. He said, JL, you know where to send Josh. I don't know.
You know where to send me.
I'm going to send you to So Close Steelers because that category scares me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take the $400 question here. Got to make a little bit of comeback. Usually when I'm trying to come back like this in Jeopardy, it backfires and I'm just getting 0 points. But let's go, coming back.
Sometimes it works.
400. This former Steeler almost finished in the top 10 for rushing yards in 2018. Finished the year 11th with 973 yards and a top 7 PPR running back finish.
I'm just like trying to get my mind right. I'm 5% sure off the bat it's James Conner. 2018, the Le'Veon Bell, was that the year that he was all like weird? That's the year. Yeah, this year Le'Veon Bell was holding out, right? 2018. This wasn't Le'Veon Bell, right? This former Steeler almost finished in the top 10 for rushing yards in 2018, finishing the year 11th with 900. It's definitely James Conner. I'm gonna go with James Conner, but I'm like, it's James Conner. 2018, it's James Conner. That's definitely James Conner. 100%.
Well, the chat is mostly with you. We got a couple bells in there, and then I see one person, Mark, saying if it's D'Angelo Williams.
That's who I was thinking. Well, but that was pre.
That was too early.
Like 2016, 2015.
Yeah,
Josh, I think the answer to this is James Conner. James Conner is correct. There's been a couple good Steelers running backs in that time range, though. I thought maybe it might trip you up a little bit, but you and the chat saw straight through that one.
That was making me a little. If that was D'Angelo Williams, I swear to God, I know he was good that year, but he was only good like on a points per game basis, like when he was the starter. Like otherwise, he wasn't as great with Le'Veon Bell on the team there.
In the chat, absolutely killing it on this one. Most of them got it.
Good job, guys.
And
Good job.
Tater Wolf was telling you, trust your gut, Josh. Come on.
Yeah. Hey, you and me, Tater Wolf. We got this.
Josh, that puts you right back in this game. And now you get to pick Dave's next category.
I do. Dave, I'm sorry to do this to you. You got a really nice lead right now. I want you to just tell me where Carson Wentz is.
All right.
I'll give you some easy points. Like there's some little points here you can work with.
Let's do the 200.
200 for where in the world is Carson Wentz? Where in the world is Carson Wentz? City or the name of the thing?
He's at the Sydney Opera House.
Yeah.
Final answer?
Yes.
He is at the Sydney Opera House in Sydney, Australia. That's going to give you 200 points. Increase your lead
category
a little bit. And Dave, you get to tell JL where he gets to go next. You could send him to his favorite category.
I've been sending Dave there every time I have the chance, so it's obviously not my favorite category.
And Tater said Carson Wentz is where I used to live. Sydney is great.
Oh, hey,
you still live
right.
at Carson
actually
Wentz?
awesome.
That's crazy.
You lived at
All right, where am I going?
Yeah. So close, Steelers.
Oh my God, I knew you were going to do this. 200.
200 and so close Steelers. This Steeler almost cracked the top 10 scoring PPR wide receivers in 2021, finishing at number 12 with 167.4 PPR points.
Deontay Johnson.
Final answer?
Yeah.
It is Deontay Johnson, JL. That's going to put you up to 1,100. Nice job, JL. You're sneaking closer and closer to Dave up there. Where are you sending Josh?
Let's send Josh to where in the world is Carson Wentz?
Okay, that's great.
Simon, don't put Tater's address in here. You're doxing him. P. Sherman, Wallaby Way, Sydney. Josh, what's
where
it
in the
going
world
to
is
be?
Carson Wentz? 100.
There is no choice
Oh,
for him.
oops.
Simon.
I didn't know you said that. Here's the last question. Where in the world is Carson Wentz?
I'm assuming that's the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That's the only thing I could think of. Canton.
Final answer?
Yeah.
He is in Canton at the Pro
no
Football
idea,
Hall of Fame.
Josh,
I'm like,
no
what else
idea.
could that
That was the
be?
only thing I could think of too. I was like, is that what it looks like? I don't know. I didn't see
never
it when I was
went
there.
there.
Confession,
We
yeah.
go.
Josh,
Yeah,
Jalen, and I
know.
were in Canton for the whole expo last year. None of us stepped foot inside the Pro Football Hall of Fame on accident.
Nope.
So
On
maybe
accident.
this time.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Half
none of
the
us
reason I went.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go this year. We'll see. So
Um,
that's what it looks
also,
like. Good to know.
Mark is in here saying I may have messed up on my scoring. I might have been looking at standard scoring, which is possible. So I'll fact check that. Either way, you're going to get the points for it, JL.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson was the top 10 wide receiver in PPR.
But I will fact check that real
Yeah.
quick.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. We have Josh. Yeah, I'm guessing Josh
He
is a
was.
Ravens
He
fan.
was
I
number
see that
8.
picture.
He was number 8 in PPR. So my apologies, everybody. Deontay Johnson was number 8 in PPR. He was number 12 in standard. He didn't almost hit that threshold. He hit that threshold and busted the category. Josh, you have 800 points and you get to pick Dave's next category. And Mark, thank you again for pointing that out. Appreciate it.
Dave, you can go to grab bag.
All right. Let's go for the big one. Let's do 500.
Okay,
The
Dave.
big one.
Which of the following musical instruments did I make up? The Chapman stick, the Atlas flute, the diddly bow, the piccolo, the sack butt, or the Appalachian dulcimer? Only one of these is fake. Which one did I come up with?
Wow.
Oh God,
Okay. Well, I
I
can
know
rule out
one's
piccolo
real.
because I know that's actually an instrument.
that's the only one I know is real, Dave.
The
I'm
other
sorry to
ones are
help
a
you
little
during
bit
your
more
question.
challenging.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, I know which one it is. I know which one it is.
You know.
I think it's diddly bow.
Final
I
answer?
don't think.
Wait,
Yeah, I don't
before
think
you
that's a real instrument.
before you reveal, can I guess?
You can guess.
Is that final answer? Is that locked in?
Yes.
Okay, I think it's Chapman stick. I think that's chapstick.
Josh, what about you? What do you think it is? You want to take a guess?
I mean, like sack butt's ridiculous, but I feel like it's like it's too on point. It feels real just because it's like I'll go with sack butt. I'll go with sack butt.
Well,
I'll go with sack butt.
the fake instrument here, guys, is the Atlas flute.
Ah, boo.
The Atlas flute is not real. The Chapman stick, the diddly bow, the piccolo, the sack button, the Appalachian dulcimer are all real instruments. We got some people in the chat get this one right. Yeah. Jordan with Atlas flute. Mark, Darian, Fantasy Gazette said Atlas flute.
What is
red
a sack
herring?
button?
Yeah, I thought it was red herring too.
It's the predecessor to the trombone. So it is it's a different kind of trombone. Like it's an instrument that the trombone evolved from, is the sack butt.
Okay.
And then the diddly bow is a one-stringed bowed instrument. So it only has one string, and that's the diddly bow. Chapman stick is like a guitar with just frets, I believe, if I'm remembering properly. But I can't fully remember.
100% thought you just looked at your chapstick and came up with that, Simon.
Tater said the sack butt is what you have to play for a crowd when you come in last in your redraft. Yeah, you have to play the sack butt.
It's actually really good.
That could be a funny punishment.
Tater Wolf, I'm gonna win this.
That's a favorite. That's a favorite.
Dave, unfortunately, you got that one wrong, but you still have a lead. But JL does get to pick his own category. JL, where do you want to go?
I want to go to grab bag. No. Yes. Grab bag for 400.
Grab bag for 400. What is the name of this Rugrats character? First and last?
Oh, shoot. I know the last name 100%.
Josh is going to get excited and accidentally yell it out loud for JL.
I'm getting out of the chat. Shoot. What is that baby's name? Well, okay. No, that is him. For some reason, is that his brother? I'll just go with Tommy Pickles.
Final answer?
Yeah. Or is that his brother?
It is his
Dill
brother.
Pickles.
It is Dill Pickles. His name is Dill
What a dumb
Pickles.
name.
What a horribly dumb name for a baby.
What a great name.
Like they named the first child Tommy. Like they didn't do it for the first one. And then like that makes me think they thought of it after their first kid was born. Like, oh, how funny would it be if we did Dill as the first name? Jay got that one. Joey got that one. Josh, Dustin got that one. Willis said Dylan. I'm sure Dill is short for Dylan.
I
Simon
think it
said
is actually.
Dill. And Scott said Dill Pickles.
That
Two
makes
things
way
that
more
are
sense,
terrible.
Dylan.
Agree with you.
Pickles are not terrible, Scott. They're delicious.
Pickles are disgusting. Dale, you got that one
specifically
wrong.
Are delicious.
Giving up your opportunity to catch Dave with that.
I didn't want to catch Dave.
But now it's Josh's turn. Josh, you're a little bit behind, but you're still in this game. Which question would you like? Free reign of the board.
Never have I ever for 400.
Never have I ever for 400 from Josh. Never have I ever played an entire NFL season without missing a game. Evan Ingram, Leonard Fournette, George Kittle, Aaron Jones. One of these players has played a full NFL season.
Never have I ever played an NFL season without missing an entire game. So Leonard Fournette. Oh, it's just one season that they needed to complete?
One season that they needed to complete. The rest of these guys have never completed an NFL season playing in every game.
Man, because I was like going through this list, I was like, Evan Ingram missed lots of games. Leonard Fournette, known for missing games. George Kittle, known for missing games. Aaron Jones, not so much, but like now I'm like thinking about more and more, like just the spirit of the question's a little bit tough because just never played an entire NFL season without missing a game.
So the easiest way to think about these is the person that would score if they
yeah. It's really tough. And now I'm thinking about it. Even Aaron Jones missed some games. I mean, he was suspended his rookie year. Shoot. Did Evan Ingram play an entire? Leonard Fournette. I'm almost positive. Oh, maybe he did with the Jaguars that one year. Maybe he played an entire year. Oh man, I hate this question.
1 second on this, Josh. So I explained it to you incorrectly. It is the way to think about this one. I got confused. Is the one that would win if they were playing never have ever. The one that wouldn't put a finger down. So 3 of these players have played in every game in at least one season.
So
one of these players has not.
So he's missed. Okay. Now I get it.
Sorry about that.
One of these players has never played an entire NFL season.
Yes.
Okay.
Stop saying okay.
I apologize to everybody. I confused myself with the phrasing on this one. All the other ones were clear. This one was a little tougher.
Played an entire NFL season. One of these players has never played an entire NFL season. Taking too long. I'm taking too long on this
What's
one.
it going to be, Josh?
Never.
I need an answer, Josh.
George Kittle.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Correct answer is
Fournette.
Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette has never had a complete season. Let me pull up those stats just to double confirm that I did that one correctly.
It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense that he hasn't. I mean, he's going back to college. He's just been known for getting dinged up, you know. I was just thinking one of those seasons with the Jaguars. I was like, did he?
Let's see. He's played in 13, 8, 15, 13, and 14 games. So he was very close in one of those seasons, but he did not quite get there. That was a tricky question, Josh. We're testing out new categories. Some questions.
No, I like the category. I like the category. It was a tricky question, but I liked it.
That one was close. And Dustin said Ingram didn't actually play 16 in 2020, but he is credited with 16 games played. So I think he must have seen the field. So he's credited with 16 games played. I saw that same thing as well. Josh, you got that one incorrect, which means we're going to move on to Dave.
It's okay.
Dave, which question would you like?
Oh boy. Well,
oh boy.
I'm going to stick in that same category. Never have I ever. And I'm going to go for 500.
Okay. I promise the rest of them are clearer than the one I just did. Oh, I didn't.
Dave, answer. It's clear. What are you thinking?
Well, this is not an instance of me forgetting to press save after adding this question. What's happening here is of course I wanted you guys to play a quick game of Never Have I Ever. One finger, and if Dave can beat you, he gets the 500 points. If he can't, then he loses. So one finger, Never Have I Ever. Dave gets to go first. Josh and JL, you each have one finger. Dave, if you can get them both to put their finger down with one Never Have I Ever statement, you get the points for this question.
It can be so obvious, though. It can be something
it can be obvious.
Never have...
Yeah. This is my fault.
Okay, so I have to try and come up with something that they've both done, not something they haven't done.
Right. Yeah, you're trying to come up with something they've both done that you haven't done.
Something they've both done that I haven't.
Dave has done everything.
Yeah. Because you're going to want to keep that finger up.
But you can't have done it.
Yeah.
I always have so much trouble trying to.
I'm gonna give you about 10 seconds.
This is a real long shot. I've got one.
Okay,
this is a real long shot. Never have I ever gotten a tattoo.
Do I put it down if I have or haven't?
If you have gotten one, you put it down. Neither one of you guys have gotten a tattoo. Dave, I'm sorry. No. I fucked up that question, but you are not going to get points for that one. The correct answer was, there was no correct answer because I didn't press save on that question. But came up with a way to try to distribute some points at the end there. JL, you got free reign of the board. What's it going to be?
Sweet. Give me 2 truths and a lie for 500.
Also, Tater said, never have I ever slept at the Sydney Opera House without being thrown out by security. That's a good one. 2 truths and a lie.
Dave, I don't know if this is true, but you could have said, like, never have I ever been to Baltimore.
Or lived in Baltimore.
Or lived in Baltimore.
Well, yeah.
Definitely could have said that.
But that would require him knowing we both live here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Never have I ever had a first name that starts with J. That could have.
Oh, yeah. That was
you little sneak.
JL, here's your question. The 3 statements are: Kyle Pitts scored more PPR fantasy points than Dawson Knox in 2021. George Kittle caught more touchdowns than any other tight end in 2021. Or Mark Andrews led all tight ends in targets during the 2021 season. Which one of these is a lie?
Okay, I know.
And you said 200, right?
Correct.
You said 200, right?
No,
JL?
I said 500.
Did you say 500?
Yeah, but that's fine. I'll take 200.
Okay.
Okay, I know number 3 is correct. I know Kyle Pitts scored more PPR fantasy points than Dawson Knox in 2021. I don't know if that's true. George Kittle caught more touchdowns than any other tight end in 2021. I don't think that's true. I'm going to go with number 2 is the lie.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Number 2 is the lie, JL. George Kittle did not catch the most touchdowns of any tight end in 2021. I think that was true. It's going to give you $200, and you get to pick Josh's next category.
All right,
Hi,
Josh.
JL.
Hi, buddy.
What's up?
Let's go with So Close Steelers.
See, that was a mistake. That was a mistake.
It always is.
Well, Josh, here's your question. This Steeler almost had the most rushing attempts in the league last year, finishing second only to Jonathan Taylor.
Najee Harris.
Najee Harris is absolutely correct. Josh can add
Well
$100 to your score, and you get to pick Dave's next category.
Dave, you can go to grab bag.
Grab bag.
Okay, the $100 for Dave. According to The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams, what is the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything? Is it love? Is it friendship? Or is it 42?
It's 42.
Final answer?
Yes.
42 is
Easy.
absolutely correct. 42 is the answer.
I would have gotten it wrong.
What'd you have? You didn't ever watch that movie or read that book?
Nah.
Dave, that builds on your lead a little bit, and you get to send JL to his
42.
next category. It'll be his last question as well.
Okay, so I'm sending him to Never Have I Ever.
Yes,
Good
you are.
Let's do it.
Yes, you are.
Okay, never have I ever been drafted first overall in the NFL draft. Trevor Lawrence, Kyler Murray, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, get out of here, Simon.
Tom Brady's correct, JL. The $100 ones are a little bit easier. You got that one
Alternate
right.
universe, maybe.
Did you guys know he was a 6th-round draft pick? Did you ever hear
What?
that before?
No way.
Do you happen to have
Hall
a
of Famer
picture?
Tom Brady?
Do you happen to have a
I
picture
think
from
he
that
was
time?
pick 199 or something.
Huh.
That's
Weird.
so wild. I never even heard of that. Scott, very close with his guess of Matt Damon.
Matt
He also
Damon.
was not a first overall NFL draft pick.
Sure.
The
Yeah, good
subtext
answer.
in that one
Good
was
answer.
Matt Damon, if you would have gotten it. Josh, there's only one
Fortune
category
favors
left.
the brave.
So are you going to go with 100 or 500? Fortune favors the brave.
500. I can't do the 100 here. Who do you
Josh,
think
this
I
will
am?
tie you with JL
Yeah, I
if
know.
you get it right.
I know.
Here's your three
Oh
statements.
no.
Ryan Tannehill had the second
I
most
should've
rushing
got.
touchdowns of any QB in 2021 after Jalen Hurts. Terrell Owens played for 5 different NFL teams during his career,
Maybe.
and punter Bradley Pinion was signed to the Carolina Panthers after being cut by the Buccaneers.
All right. I'm gonna get out of the chat for this one.
So
I don't even know I'm gonna think too long about this. I just got to answer because the second most rushing touchdowns of any quarterback in 2021 after Jalen Hurts. It makes sense. It seems a little strange, but I'm trying to think of. Man, there are some other quarterbacks that definitely could have done it. Terrell Owens playing for 5 different NFL teams during his career. I actually can't think of 5. Eagles. He was bouncing around a lot at the end of his career, though. That's the one that's standing out to me off the bat. I honestly have no idea what the punter Bradley Pinion. Puntler. I literally have no idea if this is true. I'm hoping you didn't.
Like a butler?
I'm just playing a little game theory here, and I'm like, did he make that up? Maybe he made that up. I'm between 1 and 2. I'm trying to break down the teams Terrell Owens played for. I'm
What's
sure
it going
I'm
to be,
missing one.
Joshua?
I'm sure I'm missing one. I feel like, oh man, why one seems too obvious? Not obvious. It just seems like it's not right. I'm gonna go with 1. I don't know.
Josh going with 1. Well, the correct answer is 3.
No!
Hunter Bradley Pinion was signed to the Atlanta Falcons after being cut by the Buccaneers. Clemson punting legend Bradley Pinion. They drafted a 4th-round punter down there in Tampa Bay, and then Atlanta scooped him up. He's fully healthy, ready to go. I'm sorry, Josh. You got that one incorrect.
I'm sorry.
Who
it took
got
so
that
long.
in the chat?
Mark, because it was a guess anyway, so I don't know why it took so long.
Mark and Darian and Josh got that one correct. Nice job.
Good job.
And Dustin knew Pinions with the Falcons now. Even knew that one right there.
Yeah,
Oh.
I had no idea.
I just
At
opened
least
my
I had some
notebook.
context for the other 2.
Here, this is our last 100. No one's doing this one because we only got one left. But Jonathan
Just get
Taylor
it-
finishes
just get
the
it
number
outta
1
here.
scoring running back. Cooper Kupp finishes the number 1 scoring wide receiver. Or Milky Trubisky finishes the number 1 scoring QB in 2021. Which one of these is a lie?
I think it's the third one.
Yeah,
I think it's the first one.
It's the third
Yeah.
one. Sorry,
God damn
JL. You are wrong.
Simon, I just opened my notebook and I found our water bet. Mike Williams or Starnell Mooney this season.
Yeah, it's rough. I shouldn't have agreed to that.
Oh yeah, what do you
Um,
think about that, Josh? Simon and I made that on
I
Sunday.
like your side.
Me too. Me too.
Guys,
Darnell Mooney's the number one target on that team, and Mike Williams, he might be the number one target, but he's competing with a little bit more competition. So, but he's got Justin Herbert.
Well, one's the Chargers and one's the Bears.
Yeah.
Guys, we have 2 more things we got to do before the end of this show. We got to hit Final Jeopardy to determine our winner, and then we have to give away our Scott Fishbowl spot. So I'm going to pull up this Final Jeopardy question in a moment. But first, I need you guys to write down your wagers, either on a piece of paper or on your phone.
I got mine written down.
Somewhere it's written down. It's got to be between 0 and then the total amount of money that you have earned throughout the game. So let me know whenever you guys have that. Josh has got his.
I'm going to win this one still, I think. I got this, guys.
Josh is feeling it. And Josh has 900 going into this round. Dave has 1,500. And JL has 1,400. JL, Dave, you guys got your wagers ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and reveal your wagers. Let's see what you guys did.
Hold on.
Josh, all 900. JL, 1,000. Is that what that says, JL?
Yep.
And Dave, all 1,500?
If I'm going to lose, I'm going to go down in flames.
Heck yeah, that's the way to do it. Guys, here's your final question. There are 5 bird teams in the NFL. 4 of these teams have logos that face right. Which NFL team is the only bird team with a left-facing logo? The Cardinals, the Falcons, the Ravens, the Eagles, or the Seahawks? And by facing, I mean like their beak is that direction, like they're looking that way. So only one of these teams has a logo that faces left. The other 4 face right. I just need you to tell me which one faces left. And out of the chat, guys, over into the private chat, just a reminder. I haven't seen if anybody's answered over there yet, but they probably have.
I mean, I'm looking at JL's shirt here.
Oh. wait, but you don't know if it flips or not.
Wait, I'm a little confused. Hold on. Raise your right arm real fast.
You don't know if my camera flips. I know if the camera flips, but I can't figure it out right now. I'm just staring at it.
JL's like, wait, if I'm looking
Which
down.
side is it if you're looking straight at it, right, Simon?
Yeah, if you're looking straight at it.
Okay. All right. Interesting. I think I know my answer then.
Okay. You guys got your answer?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure about it, but it feels right.
Okay, let's see those answers, guys. What did we put? We have Seahawks, we have Cardinals, and we have Eagles as the answer.
So messy.
Eagles.
I will tell you, somebody got it right. Of the 3 of you, somebody did get that one correct.
I'm glad we could cancel out the Ravens pretty quick here.
We had a lot of guesses in the chat. It looks like most teams except for the Ravens were guessed in the chat, probably because it's on JL's shirt. But the correct answer to this question was the Philadelphia Eagles. Josh, you won Fantasy Jeopardy!
Let's go. I needed that, guys. I needed that.
That's
Josh,
hilarious.
That's going to put you in
well
the
done,
lead
Josh.
with 1,800, beating both Dave and JL at the last
What the heck
second.
does the Eagles logo even look like right now?
Dave, you were in the lead the entire game, and then Josh stole it from you on that last question. But great game, and thank you so much for coming to play with us, my man.
Josh, who are you giving it to?
I've just been vibing with him all chat. He's impressed me. Coming in here new. It might not be a surprise. It's Tater Wolf. It's Tater Wolf.
Tater
Wolf. Sack butt. Let's go. It's Tater Wolf.
Sack butt is a crowd pleaser.
You did a great job today. A lot of beautiful people in the chat there. But Tater Wolf, send us your information. You could DM us, one of us, or Front Yard Fantasy, and we'll make sure you get that Scott Fishbowl spot.
Absolutely. Congrats again,
Tater Wolf. If you have a Twitter,
nice job on
just
a Twitter. You can just shoot us a DM, and we'll make sure to get your information over to Scott Fish and get you in there on that one. And people saying congrats to Tater Wolf. Congrats on getting in. Just don't beat me. Okay. If you knock me out of the playoffs,
it won't be difficult. You're really going to actually have to try to not beat him.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. But Dave, thank you so much again for coming on today with us, my man. This was an absolute blast. You put up with some of my mistakes on the questions and played a killer game. We appreciate you taking the time to come on today with us, man.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. It's always fun.
We'll have to have you back for your redemption arc. It's all about the story arc on this channel. Now you come back and you beat Josh with a vengeance. It'll be beautiful. Guys, that was
such a close. That was one of our closest Jeopardy games ever.
That was very close.
It was very close. Guys, that is going to be it for us this afternoon. Everybody watching, thank you so much for playing along with us and hanging out with us on this Tuesday afternoon. Hope you're all recovering from the holiday yesterday. Get some rest, drink some water. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Until then, though, we are out of here. Congrats, Josh. Congrats, Tater Wolf. Thank you, Dave.
Great job.
See you later, guys.
Trading makes fantasy fun. Tater Wolf.
Let's go.
Get drunk.